Hey all, Gooning Guru here, and I'm here today with a Subterror deck list. And in case you don't know what Subterrors are, they're a deck, and this is the list. So, I just want to talk about this particular archetype because it's one of my favorites, and for the most part, it's been more or less forgotten in time, since, the days of old when it was nothing but a stun deck, but now it's not really a stun deck, now it's like a pseudo the way I've built it at least is like a pseudo hand trap slash boss monster variant type beat. So I'll just go ahead and talk about the deck list. Number one, absolute most important card of the entire list, without a doubt. The central piece is the ultimate wizard in terms of attack and defense. I mean, come on, it's Dark Magician for all of you folks at home. He's beautiful, right? I mean, come on, you normal dude. Once you normal summon him, it's over. The game actually just ends usually. Um, And then Red Eyes, I mean, everything I've said about Dark Magician, I could say twice over for Red Eyes. Absolute. It's a ferocious dragon with a deadly attack. Gosh, it doesn't. That's why they don't give it an effect, dude. It's like the effect is inherent, obviously. So, uh, Joel Lockbird, you have to play it, dude. The format right now in Master Duel is shell into gray matter type beat because it makes me want to toaster bathtub. Um, So you just have to stop all the combo shit, all the fucking Beatrice nonsense, all the fucking Fiendsmith nonsense, all the fucking Azamina nonsense. Like you just have to play Draw. It's such an important card. Playing Maxi, I'll skip over the Subterror stuff and get to it last. And then Maxi, this is the first time I have legitimately built Maxi in over a year. I just cannot play this format, dude. It is making me go crazy. I have to play more hand traps that just win the game. um Ash because fuck you, Ghost Bell because fuck you, and Magnum because fuck you. All three of those are big fuck yous to the slop. The slop. It beats the slop. That's why you play it, to beat the slop. Same goes with Imperm. So that's out of the way. We'll talk about some of the other stuff, the reasoning why I'm playing it. Firstly, we're playing tactics, 5 tactics cards, because when I go first, everybody is playing hand traps. So I want to play the counter to the hand trap cards because most of the time, if they can, they will Ash it. And if they can, they will Fuva to get the draw one. And if they can, they will Maxi to get the draw one. Sometimes they'll just shotgun Perulia. A lot of people are playing Perulia for some reason. So Perulia does absolutely nothing to me 99% of the time, so that doesn't matter. Guru is more or less always going to be set, not normal summon, so Perulia does not give you the draw. And we usually just either rip a card out or just draw deeper. So say, for instance, they Ash the Insight. We could draw deeper and get the Fusion and still activate that. Thrust is because we have 3 traps I really like. Going first and going second, both of these cards are very good. It's pretty cut and dry. Call by. Now, there's a lot of facets to why you might play call. It's fucking call by. And then the Red Eyes Fusion cards, we're playing max copies of Fusion, 3 Insight as well, and then Descend is Wyvern, and Wyvern can res Dragoon in a grind state, so if they get rid of it one time, you can bring it back. It does forget that it was made with Vanillus, so you can't pop cards, but it is Dragoon you're getting back, regardless of all that protection and an Omni. Fun fact, just realized not too long ago, you cannot normal summon or set the turn you attempt to activate this card, so it's interesting, isn't it? And then lastly, I might as well just talk about the generic traps. Imperm, I already said that. And Soul of the Supreme King is a hell of a card. This card is like low-key kind of broken. I feel like more or less everybody tends to overlook it because, I mean, it's a trap card, right? It's really slow. But, dude, if you play max copies of Thrust, it's really good. It's really good. This card is incredible. For the low cost of half your life points, sign me up, dude. Fucking hell yeah. Obviously, going second, it's not amazing, but it's still a trap. So, like, you still have hand traps, possibly. So you can just kind of sort of, like, slowly get it up and activate it anyways. As long as they don't have an Omni, right? And more or less, you have a bunch of hand traps to stop your opponent, hopefully. And what you're going to make is you have 3 cards you can make here. Your Pendulum Dragon, your Fusion Dragon, and your Synchro Dragon. You can't make an XZ Dragon, but they all suck. So you don't play them. They're just vanillas. I mean, even this is a vanilla, more or less, but It does something. Technically, this effect is the something you can do. The other ones are not activatable because they're not special. This card was not special summoned, so it is special summoned. It just wasn't fusion summoned, so neither of these effects will work. You play Brave Eyes because it's a floodgate for 0 attack monsters. Can't activate them. So it actually insulates against the Ghost Girls, because they all have 0 attack. Insulates against Droll, 0 attack. Insulates against, it stops all of Yubel. If you get that up against Yubel, they basically just go home. There's nothing they can do. And then lastly is your second boss monster, Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. This card is incredible. Incredible. First effect makes it immune to monster effects when they activate something, so you gain the attack of what they activated, and then you're immune to activated monster effects for the rest of the turn. And the second one is just blanket, negate 1 spell or trap, and destroy it. So, pretty cool. And then lastly, we'll just go ahead and rattle off the Subterror cards. My Grooning King, if you will. Guru, I mean, what else can you say? He's the central piece of the deck. He's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Look at this man. Look at him. I guess I didn't talk about Magnamut. Pizza Hut. You can actually add 1 dragon monster. Hey, what is this? Oh, it's a dragon. Cool. So going second, you can actually search Guru right off the bat. And then you play Phoenix because it's a hand trap. If you have Guru on the board or another Subterror monster, you can target it, set it face down, and then negate the activation of a card. It doesn't destroy the card it's negating, but it does negate the activation. And this also works from the field. So if it's on the board for any reason, for its second effect, for instance, if you have say for instance, you have a 3rd card on the board, you can target and set that 3rd card face down and keep this face up, and then res like Guru from the graveyard and keep that face up. So technically, or face down if you have the field spell to set it back face up. So technically, you can still do the Omni Negate with Fiendus by sending it from the board as well. And you can use that res effect that it has. It's a very good card, but it's kind of a Garnet by itself, which is unfortunate. So we only play 2 just to cycle them out. Cave Clash will cycle them. So basically, once you deal damage, soft once per turn, deal damage, target 1 Subterror in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So you can get Venus back, cycle that in and out. We play Archer because Archer is really good going in the grind game. Basically, we're going to be setting things face down pretty regularly with Guru. And then when you flip it back up to get the search, you search Archer. Normal summon Archer. Archer attack to face down at the start of the damage step. Right? Start of damage step, yep. It sends, if you have another Subterror monster on the board, which we would have Guru, naturally, usually, it sends it back into the deck. So it's a non-target send as well, and it gets rid of problematic floaters, high defense, all these things, because it never flips it face up. It's a good way of getting rid of things like, say for instance, Mirror Jade. That's a card that could be annoying. So that's something. Hidden City, it does everything. It takes you out, treats you to a nice dinner. You know, it puts out, by putting out, I mean, you're usually the bottom, but, you know, if you are into that, then yeah, I mean, there you go. I mean, look at this. This is the most phallus thing I've ever seen, so you can take it as you will. It searches when activated, fantastic. Field spell search, you're kidding me. In today's day and age, it is a win effect. This is weird, right? Every once in a while, it's weird. So there is an instance in which you can miss timing on the search, I think, with the Metaverse, right? If you play it. Technically, you could play Metaverse because we have Thrust and we could set it. Once per turn, you can target one face down Subterror monster. Hey, flip it face up. So you get the Guru search right off the bat. So search Guru, set Guru, flip Guru, Guru search. And in case you didn't know, if you activate Fusion, Red Ice Fusion, you cannot normal or special other monsters the turn you activate this card. Doesn't say anything about set. Hey, guess who's coming out? And you can flip summon, so that works too. And then also, it has a fun little battle phase protection. So if your opponent declares an attack, you have a face down Subterror monster, flip it face up, negate the attack. So say for instance, you have a set Guru because you use Fiendus to set it during that turn, and they enter battle to go over your Dragoon with something that's like 3100. Guess what? So the field spell will activate, flip Subterror Guru up, get the search with Guru, and negate the attack. So Dragoon lives another day, right? talked about Cave Clash, and then Final Battle is basically the most continuous normal trap you'll ever see in your life. So basically what it does is you activate it, activate one of 4 effects, and then it sets itself back down. And this is not a once per turn on any of this, by the way, but it is hard kept by the game's mechanics that the turn normal traps are set, can't activate them. So if you had a way of circumventing that mechanic, you could technically just flip it forever. First effect, set 1 Subterror monster on the board to face down. Second effect, bring it face up. Third effect, it gains attack equal to its attack and defense combined in both attack and defense. So, for instance, Subterror Guru's attack is 1600, its defense is 1800. You combine them, its attack becomes 3400, its defense becomes 3400. And then lastly, the fourth effect, which does matter, is this turn activated effects of Subterror cards cannot be negated. So say, for instance, you are hand trapping with Fiendus. You are negating a card that's very important to them by targeting Guru. They attempt to called by it. You flip Final Battle. You activate the fourth effect. Cannot be negated. Boom, it goes through. So you lose a Fiendus for the game, but you gain the negate. So, and that's all the cards. All of the extra deck cards from this point, from Phoenix onward, doesn't fucking matter. Literally doesn't matter. You could maybe finagle something. Oh, there is one other thing you could do. So instead of Wyvern, you could do is play a second copy of Red Eyes Bee Dragon for the opportunity to make Meteor Black Comet Dragon. You wouldn't get its first effect because you wouldn't have any other Red Eyes cards, monsters in your deck, but you could make it. If you happen to draw a second Red Eyes Fusion without having to use Insight, because you would have to send the other Red Eyes to the graveyard to make it, to search at all. So, and what I mean by that is, and you need a level 7 Red Eyes monster plus a level 6 Dragon monster. Hey, what's this? It's a level 6 Dragon! So, if you know, it could come up. It could, if you, instead of this, you play a second of this, and you put this in the deck. That's 2 URs. I ain't fucking doing that. And Wyvern still has application. Anyways, that's the last thing I wanted to talk about. So, as you can see, I've been kind of owning. This deck has been performing very well, by the way. I don't know. I'm surprised as you, truthfully. I have no idea why this deck is performing so well. Couldn't fucking tell you. As you can see, I usually just don't play very much. I usually don't even play good decks. I just get tired of the format halfway through the Diamond Climb, and I'm just like, whatever. I usually just try to climb a little bit just for the gems, and then I just kind of give up because I get bored. This is a Tenpai game. I mean, I could just sort of show you basically why this deck is performing so well. I'll just give you the rundown. Realistically, it only has a hard time against one hand trap, and that's Ash Blossom. But we're playing so many different, like, look at this, 2 TTTs. Oh, guess what they do? Bink. In this particular case, I had the call by, but I did make my other 2 cards live. So, Dragoon's coming out, baby boy. That's 1 hand trap. Down, by the way. There's our fusion. Hey, Prulia. Anything else? Hey, Maxi. There's 3 hand traps. They only get to draw 1, though. We're gonna do that no matter what. My Ash is negated, so I probably just use it as a discard. I decided to look at what's in his hand. Let's check this out, little boy. Okay, I just get rid of that because the Fuvaled doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter when he activates it, I will get around it. And my secondary boss monster is set. And then activate, he's trying to bait me, I'm pretty sure, so this doesn't matter. It's not like it does anything on the board. And he can't even make, what's it called? A Typhon, so it doesn't matter. So if he had a TTT, which he could activate here, because this is a mandatory effect, it doesn't matter, I still have the negate, and I know his last card is Fuba. So, there that is. I mean, if anything, I mean, that game was sort of a non-game, but it does kind of show that I played through a bunch of hand traps. Like, look at all these hand traps. I played through, what, kind of like 4 hand traps there? Just because he did have another Fuva that he could have shotgunned in the standby or something, or you know, something like that, because he knew what my last set was Soul of the Supreme King. So he could have done that, but he didn't. But he could have. I would have, if he shotgunned it, I would have responded immediately. And I already knew what his you know, one of his cards was a normal summon, and if his other card was a spell, I would have just hard negated it anyways. They made Arc Ray over Zark, so it couldn't be banished regardless. And then the last one. This game I did not even play very well, to be honest. It was really stupid, but I'll just show it anyways. I'll just show you what to do in these situations, I suppose, as like a retrospect. Both of these games, I don't even draw Subterror shit, which is so funny. Because, like, one of the biggest problems with Subterror is consistency. So, half the time, I just don't even have the way of getting to it. Because all of the pot cards are limited. So, it's like, dude, fuck it. I'll just play this shit. Right? We have Fiendus, but what am I going to do with Fiendus without Guru? So, it's just a discard. So, I have 3 set here. And he made me go first. I lost the die roll. He made me go first. And I have 3 set. I know he's probably got the back row removal, but I'm like praying that he only has 1. And I should have just fucking let it rip, truthfully. I should have just let it go. It was a wasted effort to even do this at all. You know? Because it would have been great. Because I could have negated this Magnemite, and this Magnemite does kind of matter in the long run. I probably wouldn't have either way, but it does matter. And he had the second one. Of course he does. I mean, they always do. So annoying. And so we'll just summon our boys out. The baby boys. And if he has the normal as well, of course. It's quite a good hand, actually. 2 back removals against my shit, and I, of course, played into it. I should have kept the Dragoon the whole time, because none of this would have mattered, and I was going to lose that shit regardless, so it's whatever. But at this point, we're in a sort of Mexican standoff, because he wants to activate his field spell, because it's the only way he's going to be able to make his plays, but I have a spell Trap Negate still within Crystal Clearwing. I've also used the effect already to gain the attack, so he can't even attack over it by any means. So he's in a predicament where it's either he activates this, and I negate it, and he passes on Spheres, or he makes Spheres now, and he passes. But the problem is, Spheres is completely negated by Brave Eyes. So he decides, he deliberated for a fucking while, by the way, but he makes Typhon, which is a good choice. But the problem is, what do you think he's going to do on the effect? Once per turn, detach, return 1 monster to the field. It does not target. Is he A, going to return Dragoon? That's a good choice. That's a good choice. Is he going to B, target Brave Eyes? Well, get rid of that, then your Sphere mode is activatable for the rest of the game. That's quite good too. Or is he C, going to choose Crystal Clearwing? Now, Crystal Clearwing, this is an annoying card. Gains attack, spell trap negate. In some ways, it's a little bit better than Dragoon because it becomes completely immune to monster effects, and it doesn't require a discard to negate. That's quite good. Well, let's see what he does. He chose Crystal Clearwing. He didn't read my card. Doesn't know it's immune to monster effects right now, dude. Secondly, doesn't know that, or he forgot that Magnemute was searching. So he could have got the orange one, and I would have had to waste my battle phase over the card, so I wouldn't have won anyways, because Dragoon couldn't have popped the cards while Typhon is on the board. So no matter what, I would have lost. There's some ways, because what could have happened, right? With Magnemute, you search the orange one, you attempt to activate the field spell, I have to negate it. Dragoon's off the board at this point as well, because he would have bounced Dragoon. And he could have normal summoned the orange, go in the battle phase, attack, activate orange, special summon the green, green activates, special summon Pydra, Pydra searches Kaiman, and then from there, just go up, and you probably figure out some way of killing my board, right? Otherwise, I had 1 draw, and I had a bunch of cards that still would have won me the game. Just saying. There's still a bunch of cards that would have won me the game. Obviously, by fucking up the Typhon, I don't think he was going to win. But if he got rid of the Dragoon, he had a chance. But there was a lot of cards I could have drawn. drawn, that would have been pretty good. But it would have won me the game. Like an Imperm probably would have wins me the game. Ash probably wins me the game. Uh, the Ghost Spell probably wins me the game. Hidden City wins me the game. Like a lot of cards still win me that game. But yeah, that's the deck. Yeah, I just want to talk about it. Subterror. I love Subterror. It's one of my favorite archetypes. I'm praying that now you can leave the video if you don't want to hear anything more, but what I want to talk about is what I'm hoping that one day they'll do for Subterror. And for ideal support, I thought about it a little bit, and I think the best way to make this deck actually playable, that's not just centralized around Goonru top to bottom, is a spell card that maybe you have to send a card from your hand to the grave, and then special summon one Nemesis Subterror and one Behemoth Subterror. That way you can circumvent Goonru, because Goonru is neither. He's just Goonru. He's just that guy. You know what I mean? So you could summon maybe Behemoth Fiendus, because honestly, making with 2 flip monsters is incredibly hard. It doesn't get the added attack, but you still get the other effects, which are quite good, I must say. Quite good. And it gets some of the other ones that you could possibly play as well. And it would get Warrior into the mix, which is a Nemesis, which I want to play so bad. But it's just not good, man. Because Fiendus is just her. The only other Nemesis that's in the deck is Archer. And this is a Nemesis, but you're not playing this card. This card is terrible. This is a hand trap for a target. This card is so bad. This card is so bad. Holy shit. I feel like every time I read it, I forget what it does and I read it again. I'm like, oh my god. But it would give you an excuse to play some of the other ones. Namely, maybe Stalagmo. That's not a bad one. Honestly, I really like Ultra Muffus, but it's just a hair too slow. There is a reason it might be broken because of Phosphoral Glacier. This card is kind of silly because if you flip it, it's just a straight up send anything. So there's a chance that Subterror becomes like a really scary threat with this card just being super accessible. If you have a way of flipping it face up right there and then. Like maybe you can make the spell card banish, flip one card face up, right? That would be quite good. That would be quite good. I mean, you could do it as well if you really wanted to. A Link 1 that does that, so you have to commit your normal summon, 1 Subterror monster, normal summon, then send Link 1, tribute itself, summon 1 Behemoth and 1 Nemesis. That wouldn't be terrible either. Something like that would be really cool. A Behemoth that does something in the hand to help get to Goonru would also be pretty good. And maybe something that on summon does something interesting as well. Maybe summon another Behemoth from the deck. That would also be quite good. So maybe you could cheat out. I feel like the only way that you are ever playing this card is if you cheat out. You either cheat it out or like there's another new Behemoth that makes making it like extraordinarily free. Because there's no other way. Like it's a great card, but it's so like mid, right? At the same time, like it's like good, but it's not winning you the game when you get it out. And 2 flip monsters means like at minimum Goonru and a Behemoth or some other flip monster, generic flip monster. But like, how are you making that? Like the only other way that you're doing that is if you are playing like some flip monsters that just summon themselves for free. Like I simply cannot think of a way of getting this card out consistently, which is like why I don't believe in it. Yeah, I mean, that's really all I want. I feel like you don't really need much more. Final Battle is the best trap you can make for the deck. Goonru is practically the best normal summon you can make for the deck. So is Hidden City is probably the best field spell you can make for the deck. So it's really just between a better Behemoth or a way of making Behemoths work better, as well as Nemesis Warrior. Or making the Nemesis cards work better, because as of now, the only Nemesis you play is Archer. And, like, she's good, but she's just there for way later in the game. Yeah, that's it, I think. Yeah, see you.